Oh, hello. Hi, everyone out there. It's me, Avagis, and welcome to another episode of PodGis. Oh, I want to be neurodivergent so bad. That's how we're kicking it off. Oh, why can't I be exceptional in some way? I want to be special. I want to be neurodivergent so bad. Hi, everyone. It's PodGis, aka PodGis. Oh, that's crazy. Where did I even come up with that? I don't know. Um, okay, first things first. Welcome. If you're new here, hi. Welcome. Welcome. Thanks. Come take a seat wherever if you were standing. Don't know why you're watching YouTube and standing. What are you, a weirdo? What are you, a sexual pervert? You sexual pervert? Only perverts watch YouTube standing up. It's true. If you're standing and watching this on YouTube, you're a pervert. You're a certified freak. 7 days a week. Locked up for the rest of your life, you perv. First things first. I feel like I need to apologize for last week's episode. She was off her game. She put out an episode, she being me, in case you didn't put that together. She put out an episode that, frankly, was, low energy. It was not the vibe. It was forced. And it's all because, some weeks are harder than others. Some performances I have to, really summon the inspiration and the enthusiasm. And sometimes it's easier than other times. But last week, I was frankly just brain dead and exhausted. And I think it was Tuesday night or Wednesday night. So I was behind. And it was very much needed. An episode of PodGis was very necessary. I'm just, adjusting the levels here so that you guys can... Because this was the other thing. I listened back on some of it. And God bless you for watching, for listening. Because I wouldn't stop. I mean, okay, I'm trying to sit further back, right? So that you get more in the screen, and when I cut clips, it's just easier to cut when I'm further away, so you're not just zoomed in on my pores. So I'm trying to sit back, but my desk is only so long, and I can only put my webcam so far, and so I had to bring the mic with me. But I realized listening back, there's just so much in between all the things I'm saying, in between all around, up and down, So, we named episode, 97, 96? We named it Growing Pains, and here we are with Growing Pains Part 2. So now I'm stuck between deciding for the future times if it is just better to skip an episode or to put one out 2 weeks late rather than rush something out that's just kind of boring and dumb. I mean, okay, look, if you enjoyed it, then I'm just going to shut up. If you didn't, just know that I know why. I know why. Anyways, I want to be neurodivergent so bad. Let's get to that. Whenever people talk about how neurodivergent they are, I get a little bit jealous. Let's be honest. Don't you want to be considered neurodivergent too? I think we all do. I think that's why a lot of people fake it. That's why I think a lot of people self-prescribe, because they think it makes them a little bit quirky and special and different. I'm going to be honest, not all of you who say you have it. And if that's controversial, fucking sue me. If you're a listener and you are neurodivergent, then you're neurodivergent. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the other fakers out there. I'm talking about those guys. Not you, you're fine. But, you know, self-diagnosing is so interesting, and I'm going to stop before I put my foot in my mouth. But I come from a medical family, and usually a lot of the things I feel about the healthcare system are informed by my dearest, most loved ones who work in the industry and have an insider scoop on what it's like from the healthcare provider's perspective, you know? So whenever people are like, doctors don't know shit, don't trust doctors, I'm like, you're talking about my dad. And I, you know, don't trust doctors. Okay, then my dad won't operate on people in the emergency room anymore who come in with a fucking stab wound. I know I'm being overgeneral and defensive, but like, whenever people say don't trust doctors, like, I don't know, man. I get defensive because my dad saved fucking 100,000 million lives, so you watch your fucking mouth. You know? Don't trust doctors. Okay, then trust Joe Rogan. That's your alternative. Go on some fucking podcast and trust the ads. See how far that gets you. You know? And here's the other thing. I know I've probably talked about this. When the conspiracy theorists during COVID were like, yeah, the doctors are in on it. They're like fudging the numbers. I'm like, haven't you ever, like, think back to fucking school projects? Don't we all work in a place where you have to do teamwork? And the amount of top to bottom secrecy that would have needed to happen from you know, the Illuminati up top to like the fucking janitor. That's classist. To the fucking doctors and nurses, to the mask salesman who comes, to the fucking medical equipment providers that come in. Okay, they're all in on it. So like my dad and my sister and my brother-in-law, who are all doctors, so you're saying that all of them are in on this government conspiracy and they're hiding it from us and me and the rest of my family. Fucking think. Maybe for a couple seconds. Just apply a little bit of critical thought. Just apply a little bit of critical thought. Woo! Hey everyone, look at my curls. I curled. I got my hair cut and I curled. I told you this was gonna happen. I told you. And it did. And look at where we are now. It's so short. It's so short. I look like fucking Tammy Noble, you know? Do you know who that is? I don't. I just made that up. I just made up that name. There are a couple like residual notes I left over from the last episode because I watched it back and I was like, I wish I could have a do-over because some of that shit it would have been funnier if I had more energy and enthusiasm, you know? If I just felt a little healthier. There was a point I made about the blobfish looking ugly because you've taken it out of its natural habitat. I don't think I've ever seen a picture of a blobfish in its natural habitat in the highly pressurized under the sea 7,000 10,000 leagues under the sea 12,000 leagues under the sea. I wonder how it looks at that level. It's probably jacked. It probably looks like John Cena. Prove me wrong. Show me a picture of a blobfish in the deep ocean. You can't. It looks like John Cena. It's jacked. It could elbow drop a motherfucking octopus. It could elbow drop an anglerfish with the teeth like this. It could elbow drop a fucking Unterseeboot. A German U-boat. Das Unterseeboot. Oh, Captain, hello. Beep, boop. Captain, hello. There's something upon our radar. What's that? Hans, what are you saying? Captain, come quick. There's something appearing on our radar. What is that? I don't know. It's a foreign thing. I've never seen it before on this radar. Everyone come to the window. Adolf, what are you talking about? Just trust me, just come. And they all come and they go, what the fuck is that? It's shrouded and it comes towards them and they go, it's John Cena! And then it elbow drops the German Unterseeboot, and then the Allies win because of John Cena. Although now in retrospect, I mean, they would never have seen him. He wouldn't have been on the radar. You know the joke. It's such a thing. Every time John Cena is in some kind of picture on social media, the top comment is always like, what's this picture? I don't see anything. You know? If you don't know the joke, it's that John Cena used to do this in front of his face, like "You can't see me" was a thing. I don't know wrestling, but so it's just a big long universal inside joke of people being like, you can't see him. Double straw, two straws. I never understood double straw. This just happened by happenstance. I'm just collecting glasses of water on my desk. But like, haven't you ever done a drink through double straw, two straws, and you're like, this it makes me uncomfortable. It's not natural. It's not natural. This isn't the way God intended. It's one straw, not Adam and Steve. Double straw is Adam and Steve. But you gotta stay hydrated. Even if it's double straw. Double tree. Double tree at the double straw. Double straw at the double tree. Look out. No, it's just nonsense. What's better? What I did last week or this? I prefer this. This is more fun for me. I also wanted to clear up. I guess that's why the joke that I made, where I was like, if you took us and you put us down there in the deep blue sea, 18,000, 19,000, 20,000 leagues under the sea, our legs would be all busted up, and all the fish would laugh at us and be like, look at these janky motherfuckers. That's the ugliest land-dwelling species. You'd be like, come on, I'm a lot more attractive on the surface. Where I belong. Where I come from, I'm a catch. So same with blobfish. Let's have mercy on the blobfish is what I'm saying. God damn. Val, you're hot and you're cold. I'm hot and I'm cold. Oh, I'm recording this as of Halloween. Say Halloween. Clap, clap. Say Halloween. I'm going to a Halloween party tonight. This episode will come out on actual Hallows Eve, but I'm never mind. I was gonna ruin when I recorded this. It doesn't ruin the magic. Fuck it. I'm recording this on Saturday. I'm going to a party. Do you want to see what I'm going as? Check it out. One sec. I'm going as. What did they call her? Just so they don't copyright infringe. Hout Hero. Haute. Hout Hero. Can you see her?
Can you see her? She's like old Miss Marvel.
Old Miss
Marvel had a farm.
There's her butt.
There's her butt.
She has
nicer hips than me, but I got a decent butt.
But that's
yeah, she's got a nicer butt.
And the mask
is pretty disappointing. I tried it on. But otherwise, it's a quality costume.
That's what I'm
gonna do tonight. Whenever people guess my costume, they're like, "Oh, you're Miss Marvel." I'll be like, "No, I'm Hout Hero.
I'm Hout
Hero. Haute.
I'm a
Hout Hero."
But that's Miss
Marvel's. You're gonna get me sued.
Don't
call me that. You're gonna get me sued at Comedy Bar
in Toronto.
Disney's always listening.
See,
is this video gonna get demonetized because I showed Miss Marvel and I said Miss Marvel even though it's Hout Hero?
Are they
gonna get sued? That's her costume. With the red sash and the mask and everything.
I don't even know. Yeah, I'm gonna
dance my friggin' butt off tonight. I'm gonna dance my friggin' butt off so hard. I'm gonna dance my friggin' butt off so fucking hard. One of the other follow-up things I wanted to do was paper towel lady. I watched back that video and I was too mean. And every time I say something, every time I do roasting, every time I do a little roasting of someone or something, something is easier because it's just a thing. But every time I do a roast of someone, I come back and I look at it and I go, Algis, come on, have some compassion.
And so
I came back to the paper towel lady rant,
and I was like, what if she comes from a country
where automatic paper towel dispensers aren't a thing?
And then
I got sad and I said, Algis, why would you judge?
But she
was fucking wearing Gucci and shit. She was what?
Well, I mean,
Gucci is also international.
I'm really
trying to find ways to be perplexed by her behavior, but
I'll
walk back everything I said about her,
the
incredulity and all of it,
and say,
you know what? Maybe it just is what it is sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
It just
be what it do. Okay.
There's a couple
things. There's a few things.
I wish I
could have talked about this when it was when the inspiration was more abundant.
I feel like I need to
change the lighting here.
I
was about to pick up the microphone. Don't do it. Someone near and dear to me.
I won't
throw them under the bus,
but they
are very close to me,
and that's
what makes this tragic.
But you know, the people
you love
are going
to just.
Not
everyone can think all the same things you do,
and
not everyone can be
a
secular empirical hard science atheist.
Not
all of them are gonna think the way you do. I'll just say that. Not all of the people that you love
are going to
know the same things you know.
They're
not gonna believe all the same things.
And they're not
always gonna rationalize things
in the
way that you do, and in the way that you
feel is
the truly only right way, which is so frustrating. But you just gotta let it go. You just gotta let it go sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
So
I'm gonna try so hard
not to
let slip who this person is. I'm gonna have to be really conscientious of that. So yeah, fuck it. This fucking fan. It is so hot in here.
But also it looks weird with my curls when I do that. I'm gonna put my hand beside it. This person who is very near and dear to me and very close. I'm gonna also try and keep the pronouns neutral. I'm not even gonna give you their gender. But you could probably guess. They told me all about how when their dog died last year, they went to a pet communicator. They went to a pet communicator. I can't even say it without cringing, without my fucking intestines just clenching up. So there was. She went. Oh fuck! Well, there you go. She went to a pet communicator. Now, what is a pet communicator? You ask. At first, I thought a pet communicator was just like a trainer, just like a dog expert, you know, somebody like Cesar Chavez or whatever the guy is, the dog guy on Discovery Channel or Home Network or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Some dog expert. I thought that's what a pet communicator was. But as my sister went on, oh fuck! I set out. Oh no! I set out not to. It's like. Oh no, Algis, no! I set out not to expose this person. And like, I managed to get 3 pronouns in. And I gave away her gender. And then I told you who she was. Fuck. I consider myself such a trustworthy person. But that was pathetic. Oh boy. Oh yeah, she never watches this anyways. Please don't let this come back around to her. Anyways, so it turns out as this person was telling me their story, as this someone I know, fuck, I'm gonna try anyways. I don't care if I already exposed them. I'm gonna stick to my guns. You didn't hear nothing. As they were telling the story, this pet communicator ended up being a fucking medium. It was just a fancy name for a dog medium. Somebody who claimed to be able to communicate, not only actually, I guess that's why they're not just called a medium, is because they claim to know what dogs are fucking thinking, some kind of pet telepath. What a fucking grift. And so obviously you know how I feel about it. But like, this person I know went to a pet communicator who claimed to be able to communicate between this person that I knew, my loved one, and their deceased dog. And my loved one, let's abbreviate to MLO. MLO. And MLO ate it up. But all of it. Just chugged the fucking Kool-Aid on this. Was like, oh, yeah. And the fucking pet communicator, the way MLO described this exchange, MLO was like, yeah, and then she said, this pet communicator said, oh, your dog misses going on long walks. And then Emlo was like, oh, that is so much like my dog! So it was very hard to listen to Emlo be like, and all the things that she described were like, it really felt like my dog was communicating with me and that this pet communicator knew. Oh, it was like some of this stuff was like way too hard to, and it was like even the more unbelievable stuff where she would like take a stab at whatever, it was cold reading. If you've ever seen anything about cold reading, you know it's cold reading. You know what cold reading is. When they just basically take vague hints. I'm sorry if you believe in mediums, but I think they're hogwash. I think they're poppycock. I think mediums are grifters. And I think the whole industry is just a bunch of hungus bungus. I think when you die, that is it. And I think every human being that rationalizes differently is just trying to dodge their fear of death. I'm terrified of dying. I'm not comfortable with the idea that when I die, nothing happens. I don't like that. I would love to believe that there's a magical castle in the clouds, and when I die, all my loved ones are waiting up there, which, you know, if heaven exists for me, if my idea of heaven exists for me, then that means that everyone in my social circle, everyone that I would like to have in my heaven, what does that do about their heaven? What if I want Kevin in heaven? What if I want my pal Kevin in heaven, but I've misinterpreted and misrepresented our entire relationship, and Kevin doesn't give a guff about me? Kevin's idea of heaven is not Val trundling up to his fucking front door in the clouds, knocking on it every morning at 7 a.m. Rise and shine, neighbor! That's not Kevin's heaven. That's mine. So who gets heaven? You know? Whose heaven is it? Whose heaven is it anyways? Starring Colin Mockery and Ryan Stiles. So the idea of heaven to begin with is so full of logical holes that go fuck yourself. But but you know, I've described it in a very specific way. So some people are going to be like, "Oh, your soul." But it's your soul. Okay, what the fuck is a soul? You know? Tell me what a soul is without describing your psyche, without describing your conscious, unconscious, subconscious, your brain, your mind, you know? Anyway, so Emlo, my loved one, Emlo, continued to describe this situation, and I just, when I'm in these situations, this is me venting it after the fact, but I will suffer these conversations, and I choose those words specifically. I suffer through these conversations because let me tell you, I'm gripping my teeth. I'm clenching my teeth real hard. My intestines are clamped together. I'm clenching my butthole. I'm clenching my butthole so hard during these conversations because it's taking all the strength, every fiber, every molecule of my body, not to grab you by your head and shake you. And this woman took your money and told you that your dog misses bones. Oh, that's so much like my dog. Oh my God. And this is where, when I'm done ripping on somebody, I'll go to the compassionate side and I'll say, well, hang on. Avagis, let's adopt the compassionate. Where can we be compassionate about this? Where are your blind spots that you have such a staunch opposition to this? Let's analyze. In the end, I will not compromise my belief that it is a whole bunch of hungus mungus and that it's poppycock and it's a grift and it's silly and stupid and not real. Sorry, I can't compromise that. Where I can compromise is in its utility. Now, if you are the type of person who needs for closure, who needs the feeling that you've said your post-mortem goodbyes to your dog or to the MLOs in your life, to the MLOs in your life, if it gives you comfort, oof, it begrudges me to say it. I don't like it. I always think that you can find that same closure in much more rational ways so that you're not indulging grifters. Then, you know what? If it was worth it for you, who am I? Okay? You know? But that said, now, if we extend that logic to religion, which of course I have plenty of issues against, the Abrahamic ones mostly, and specifically, but all of them, except Buddhism. Buddhism's chill, man. Buddhism's all good. But you could say you could say Abe, I guess. Then why, religion, you got big problems with religion. Why not leave the religious people alone? Because it's like, it gives them comfort, and if it's not hurting anybody, then let them have it. But also, a pet communicator, the harm that a pet communicator does is purely financial. Maybe. They take money out of your pocket. You give them money. Okay. Okay. Maybe they do some lasting damage in terms of, your gullibility and the things that you're now primed to continue believing. We're not going to get into that. Sorry, Jesus Christ. I have friends coming over, so I got to do this real quick. Parking out back is not allowed, but give me your ETA. I'll come down and let you into the basement so you can park underground overnight. Jesus Christ, sorry guys. A little bit of fucking, that felt disrespectful, and I apologize, but plans gotta be plans. I gotta squeeze these PodGises in somewhere, somehow. Okay? I want to be neurodivergent so bad. Can I be neurodivergent? Does this make me neurodivergent? What I just did here? My distractions, my looking at my phone, my dealing with that on the side, my number of water glasses that I have on my desk. Can I be neurodivergent now? Can I tell people every chance I get? Can that be the first thing I tell people when I introduce myself to them? So that I can excuse all my awkward, alienating behaviors? Oh, that's harsh. I'm being harsh, I think. Because every time I do it, I see this is the Algis Pattern. I say something a bit judgy. And then I take a second and I say, well, think about this, guess. Take a second. Where can you find some compassion and understanding and empathy? Where can you relate? And the answer is, in terms of the fucking pet communicator, I can't. I won't. So anyways, if you're the type to need that kind of closure, walk your path. Walk your path is what I will say. But also, don't give your money to fucking grifters. And here's the other thing. This particular MLO, not only did their thing about their pet, but they told another MLO of mine. This is where it becomes harmful. It has a contagious effect, I think, where this MLO told another MLO about this pet communicator because this MLO's pet had recently died. And MLO number 1 told MLO number 2, this pet communicator is really good. You're going to get all the closure in the world. And MLO number 2, who in my entire life has always been a beacon of rationality and empiricism and skepticism. And yet, MLO number 2, I suppose, was so driven with grief that they went to this fucking pet communicator too, and this pet communicator said, what do you do for a living? And MLO number 2 told this woman, and the fucking pet communicator was like, well, your dog is telling you don't work so hard or your stress will be your undoing. And like, you could tell that to 99 fucking % of the population. That is such an easy cold read. I could pull any stranger aside and make them stare deeply into my icy blue eyes and grab them by their cheeks and hold their face tight and not let them look away and just be like, hi, I just feel so compelled and the spirit took over and I just needed to tell you that your stress will be your undoing and don't work so hard. You're going to work yourself into an early grave. I don't know what made me feel like I had to say this to you, but just remember this. And they're going to break down, I needed to hear that. And they're always going to remember me as some guardian angel who went up and told them not to work so hard when, like, I could have walked up to anybody in that Burger King and did that. Anyone. So cold reading is something we can all do. You know what I mean? Pet communicator. If you're a pet communicator and you're listening to me and you're a Val fan, get lost. I don't want you. You grifter. You grifter. I'll have you on my podcast and we'll debate. Let's debate. Do you guys seriously enjoy debates? Everyone's always debating online. Who is that fun for? All it is just, it's every debate I've seen, even, I don't know, it's just, they so commonly descend into ad hominem, ad hominem, ad hominem nimen. And you know how I know that term? I learned that in a debate. Because somebody did an ad hominem, and then the person that hominem num num to the other person said, I will not continue this debate if you continue to use ad hominem num num num. I will not hominem num 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 num. And the other person said, well, I win. That's what all debates are two teams of smug assholes just going, oh, but what about no, idiot? And the other group being like, oh. It's just two fucking teams of people going, oh, you're mad. That's all every debate is. If somebody tries to goad you into debating them in the fucking comment section, you know how many people comment on all my, like, all the videos where I talk about being trans? There's so many fucking comments underneath that are like, that maybe I'll engage with once, I'll have one rebuttal, and then they'll be like, they'll try and goad me into more, and then we'll come back later when I've disappeared and be like, isn't worth my time. And then they'll come back and be like, oh, too scared to debate me? No, I'm not scared to debate you. All trans women are men 69 with a bunch of 3s in your fucking name. No, I'm not too afraid to debate you, user 6495702. You're nobody. I don't care. I don't owe you jack shit. Who are debates for? If I ever reach a level of prominence that, like, some channel, some fucking media outlet invites me to debate, I'm gonna leave them on red. It's gonna be the most satisfying left on red. And I was just thinking, should I respond? No. I think I would prefer leaving them on red because to respond surely would incite a response from them that's like, oh, are you too chicken? They're people who want to debate are obnoxious people. People who want to debate are so fucking up their own ass and they're so obnoxious. Yeah, I said it. Debate me. Who the fuck are you? Shut up. Go sit down and, I don't know, just sit in silence. How about you try that? Debate me. No, you go sit in an empty living room. Go sit in an Easy Boy and just fold your hands into your lap and just shush for like a little while. For 15 minutes. See how long you can last. Fucking debaters. Sit down for 15 minutes in silence. Have a little debate in your own fucking head. If you're that smart and smarmy, let's see how long... Listen, this is my conclusion. Debaters debate because they can't stand sitting for 15 minutes with their own goddamn thoughts. They have to fucking yap. Because if they are left alone, then they're gonna really realize what kind of obnoxious fucking company they are. So... Debate me. Sit in a chair. Go over there. Debate me. Sit in a chair. That's the quiet chair. Go sit in a chair in the corner. Have a seat. Yep. Hands folded. Fold your hands. Fold your... Shush. Shut up. Fold your hands. Fold your hands in your lap. Fold your hands. Hey. Fold your hands in your lap. Sit down. Sit. Shh. I'm not debating you. Shush. Shush. And the hands? Okay. Good. Now let's see you last 15 seconds. For fuck's sake! You know? Because yum. Why won't you debate me? Oh, you won't debate me and I win. Good for you. Haha, you won't debate me. Good for you. You win. I know that's what you wanted all along. The art of debating as a constructive exchange of ideas, that's dead. That's extinct. People debate to win. I wonder if they ever debated to exchange ideas. Maybe it's just a human need to fucking win. But, you know, in the modern era, especially clickbaity social media 2023, where everything is packaged to be clickbaity, no debate is worth your time, is what I'm saying. Debate people in real life. Debate your friends and family and people who... Debate people who would go to a pet communicator. Because maybe you'll learn something about animal mediums. Good Lord. I give no quarter. No quarter. Pet fucking communicator, kill me. I knew all this was training, just culminating into something. Okay, what else? Some people owe me money. What should I do about that? Should I break their legs? Is that the right thing to do? Shall we crush her head with a rock? Guess that episode. I have another note. But should I go back to talking about Vancouver? Oh, there are a couple things I do want to say about Vancouver. Vancouver was really fun. I can't wait to go back there. If you are listening after checking out one of the shows, awesome. Thanks. Thanks for coming. Pink, I don't know. I don't think I talked about this last week, but Pink, the pop artist Pink, was in town for a concert all weekend long, and she got sick. She got some kind of thing in her throat. She got laryngitis. And she couldn't sing. She got laryngitis and she couldn't sing. She couldn't sing because her throat's all fucked. She couldn't sing because her throat's all fucked. And now the audience is mine. Pink got laryngitis or something, and her throat got fucked. Laryngitis, throat fucked her. And then, so she had to postpone her concert, and so a whole bunch of people who had flown in from Alberta and all these other places outside of Vancouver, they all were in town with nothing to do. So a whole bunch of my shows were sold out with people coming to, because Pink got sick. So I owe Pink a thank you. Thank you, Pink, for throat fucking. Get well soon, sincerely, because I like you. I think you're really cool and a really good singer and a really talented person. No cap. There's no cap on this ass. There's no cap on this ass. No capping here. Pink is friggin' awesome. And so I hope she gets better. And thanks for being sick on my weekend in Vancouver, because a lot of your fans are mine now. No, it's okay. We can share. We can share, Pink. You can have fans and I'll have your fans too. Those shows were fun. There was a curtain behind the stage, and the curtain was the curtain was covering a big window out to the street, so that, you know, it wouldn't be distracting for the audience watching people walking by and pressing their faces against the glass. And my favorite thing to do, I'm probably going to post a video or two. I did this one of the nights, and it was so fun that I just kept doing it at every set. Was, you know me, I like to play around with stuff, that tangible stuff that I can grab and touch and play with, and incorporate into my act, improvise. Maybe that's what makes me neurodivergent. I'm neurodivergent because the fucking club owner told me that no one ever did that. No one ever opens the back curtain and starts pointing at people back on the street and like, I was knocking on the window and trying to yell through the window and communicate non-verbally with people on the other side. At one point, I coaxed this really cheery, friendly-looking woman up to the window, and then as soon as she got close, I screamed, "Help! Help!" And then as I screamed, I like pretended to get dragged away, and I closed the curtain. And it was so funny. It was so funny. So there you go. That's a retelling that, trust me, it was so funny. But I'm Antic City. I'm Antic City. I'm Antic-gis. Pure Antic-gis. So Antic-gis. Fucking, what was I gonna fucking say? But yeah. You know, I'm gonna toot my horn real quick. A lot of comedians and bookers and people tell me that the things I do on stage, the improv things that I do, are very unique. I like not just doing crowd work. There's something about asking somebody, where are you from? What do you do? Like the standard set of small talk questions that you then convert to crowd work that are great, clickbait, that are good for engagement. I tend to, I'll do crowd work, but I'll only incorporate the crowd when I'm like while I'm sort of riffing on an idea and I'll invite somebody in, or I'll point something out that somebody has done or responded with, or it's all reactive instead of like proactive, you know? No, that's not true either. I like touching stuff and grabbing stuff and using stuff. I gave a man a stump one time at the pigeon and firkin. I don't know, the firkin and the firkin and the beaver. It's an animal and a firkin. Whatever the fuck a firkin is. One of the firkin fucks places. The fucking blobfish and the firkin. I was at the blobfish and the firkin, and there was a guy in the front row, and there was a stool, this big, giant, fuck you, heavy stool, and I picked it up, and I did a stool giveaway. In the middle of this show, I was like, we're gonna raffle off this stool. It's a fine stool, rich mahogany, it's a great stool, great for sitting, or you could do all kinds of things with this stool. And then I gave it to a guy in the front row, and this is what I'll always remember. I think this is what makes it memorable in my head, is I'll never forget his face. Just like the sheer expression of unmitigated joy and excitement. Like it was like he was playing along like an improv thing, but it was sincere. He wasn't playing along. He was genuinely thrilled that I was handing him this 40-pound dense wooden stool that he then sat on his lap. He sat this thing on his lap because he was about to put it on the ground, and I was like, no, that stool is not for the ground. You're not allowed. You have to hold it. You have to hold it. And I demanded that he not put this thing on the ground. And he cheerily, for the rest of the set, with the biggest shit-eating grin on his face, proudly sat with this thing on his lap. And I love that shit, man. So, I'm neurodivergent, you guys. That's the point. I'm neurodivergent because I touch things on stage. I grab and touch things. That's how I diverge neurally from everyone else. And that's what makes me special. And, yeah. So, I'm neurodivergent now. I'm going to tell all my doctors that. But I'm not going to trust them. Not trusting doctors. No, because they're hiding COVID. Or they're hiding that COVID is not a thing. I don't know. Fucking get out of here. Okay, awesome. Just leaving. Okay. I got people coming. I got people going. Oh, this was one other thing. I'll talk about this and then we'll call it a day. Oh, I got a few things. We'll rattle these things off. On the flight to Iqaluit, I forgot to get to this in the last episode. On the flight to the Arctic Comedy Festival in Iqaluit, one of the flight attendants... Listen, I know there's a stereotype that flight attendants, male ones, are often a little bit on the flamboyant side. You know, it is what it is. I'm not confirming nor denying that stereotype. I am just pointing it out as a stereotype. So, but on this particular flight to the Arctic, this guy, there was a flight attendant who was so bro-y, the most opposite to what you would expect. And this is my prejudice speaking. I will truthfully and honestly take full ownership of my prejudice here. Because I expected this flight attendant to be flamboyant, but he was this guy who was so him. And if you know what I'm talking about, some people are just so unapologetically them that you're like, good for you. All walks of life, all types of people who just have their own isms and just wear them proudly are like, I love those kinds of people. I'm always fond of those people. Unless you're a pet communicator, then I don't like your isms. You are full of isms that I'm not a fan of. But this guy would call people like bro and dude, like everybody, not just, he wouldn't misgender me. He was like, he didn't call me either, but he was still like, every time somebody, he would be like, anything to eat or drink for you? And somebody would be like, yes, could I please have a glass of water? And he would be like, oh, all right, coming right up for you, pal. And it was so like, he was so finger guns to everybody on the plane, everybody. And I heard him coming from rows away, be like, oh, coming right up. One red wine? No problem. Love it. To everybody. Too much. Like 4 or 5 isms in a row. What was that? Oh, Pinot Gris? Excellent choice. That's so sick. Oh, you must be thirsty. All right, I'll get that for you in 1 second. Let me just whip that up for you. Oh, anything for you? Oh, a glass of water? Whoa, everybody's just so thirsty on this plane. Anyways, let me just whip that up for you. And anything for you? Oh, you want some pretzels? Oh, I got you covered. I got some pretzels right here for you. Yeah, you must be hungry. All right, here you go. And anything for you? Oh, beer? My man. Okay. It was just so him. And I was so proud of him. Like a mama. I was just so proud of my baby boy. There goes my baby boy. There goes my baby boy. I was so proud of him. Good for him. Look at the lighting change. The subtle lighting change. Rewind to the beginning. And then come back and look here. Look at this. Crazy. The sun is going down in life and in this podcast. But let me tell you a couple things real quick before I go. Yeah, he was so himself that I was impressed. And inspired. I hope we all learn to be like that. I want to live my life. It made me question my own authenticity. I was like, am I being me enough? Do I need to turn up the Avagis? I don't know. All right, I'm on it, buddy. Rock and roll. He would fucking tell people rock and roll. He had so many isms. That's the thing. He barely repeated himself. And that's what made him so him. He wasn't just regurgitating
lines.
He was just like, yeah, I'll have you that wine in a lickety split. Hey, I like your shirt. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, another water?
Yeah, another water? No problem. I got you covered, bro.
Different thing with everybody.
Fascinating man. If I could
follow him around.
If I could follow him around for a day, I would.
Two more real quick things.
I saw a smart car honk for the first time.
I heard
for the first time, I believe. Because
immediately
I saw it and it honked.
And I was like,
oh, so that's what smart cars sound like when they honk.
It was
like a clown car. It was like,
it
it was so pathetic. He was literally just
let
like
a little bit of
air out of a balloon. That's all it was.
Because the
person in the car honked multiple times, so I heard the first. I was like, what's that? And I saw this angry person behind the wheel just going, shaking his fist.
Move it
or lose it, motherfucker! What the fuck? We all got places to be.
That's so funny.
You idiot! You
You idiot! You almost got him!
What the fuck is wrong with
What
you?
the fuck is wrong with you? You cut me off! You fucking asshole!
Hey, I'm talking to you!
Hey, I'm talking to you!
Hey!
Hey!
Have you ever heard a smart car?
Have you ever heard a smart car horn?
This one's gonna be.
This one's gonna be for the gram, for the TikTok.
Have you ever heard it?
Have you ever heard
a smart car?
Have you ever heard a smart car horn?
I heard one for the first time.
I heard one for the first time.
And I didn't know
what a smart car horn sounds like until I saw a smart car horn.
The most furious
guy on the road too. He was like,
"Oh, come on!
Oh, come on!
You idiot!
You idiot!
I had the right of way!
I had the right of way, you fucking asshole! What the fuck is wrong with you?"
It is so pathetic.
It is so pathetic.
How can you be a badass?
And have a horn that sounds like that? You wanna go? I'll fucking kill you! Yeah, I'm talking to you! Oh, man. One last thing. Speaking of cars, when I was in the Arctic, this is also really stupid and really funny, but, oh man, I kind of want to turn that smart car thing into a bit. That's so funny. I saw this in the Arctic, and I will never forget it now for the rest of my days. As a very fun prank. I spotted a car that just drove by, and what did I behold? But, tacked, like, held down by this car's back windshield was a poop bag, a doggy poop bag. Someone's dog took a shit, and they collected it, and then they tacked it onto the back of this person's car on their back windshield. So now this person has been who knows how long it's been there. That person has been unknowingly driving around Iqaluit. Identifiably, this is the poop guy driving around like an ice cream truck, like an ice cream truck. It's the poop man. Yeah, I just thought that was a hilarious prank. It's kind of a dick thing to do when your dog poops to tack it onto the back of somebody's windshield. But it's kind of funny. Like, that is the most well-traveled piece of dog shit in the world, probably. I would argue. Anyways, I would argue, but don't debate me. Pew pew. I don't know what I'm gonna call this episode, but, since I'm just saying this now, and you're watching the episode now, then you know what it's called. And that's how time works. Crink. C'est Halloween, as the French say. It's Halloween. Or in French, c'est Halloween. See, now you just learned a new language. Did you know that? So now if somebody says c'est Halloween, you're gonna know what they mean. You're welcome. So, c'est Halloween, and so I'm gonna go shave my armpits and shave my knees. They're very hairy. I'm going out dancing tonight, and I haven't shaved my body in 6 months because I am lonely. So I'm gonna go dancing tonight, and my skin is gonna be smooth, and I'm gonna show off my butt, and I'm gonna be Hout girl. Hout hero. I don't want to call it hot. It's pronounced hot, but it's Haute. It's for fashion. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be a Hout hero tonight with my ass out, and it's gonna be a smooth ass because I'm gonna go shave it. Anyways, you didn't need to know any of that. That was TMI. Have a good week, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode more than last week. I enjoyed it. I had so much fun. And I have fun with you guys, and I have fun with PodGis. And every once in a while, sometimes they can't all be bangers. They can't all be bangers. But
let's hope you're out there banging it to the hits. Okay, don't know what that means, but take it with you. Put it in your pocket, and I'll see you anon.